The Illuminati, a name that sparks mystery, conspiracy, and fascination. But who were they, really? What did they want, and how did they rise from obscurity to rumored dominance over world affairs? Today, we uncover their origins, their influence through the ages, and how their power may still shape our society. Our story begins in 1776 in Bavaria, a place as ripe with revolution as it was with inequality and oppression. It was here that a young, ambitious professor of canon law named Adam Weishaupt, a man with radical ideas about knowledge, power, and the human mind, set out to create a society that would challenge the status quo. Weishaupt grew up under the tutelage of Jesuit scholars, learning both the church's doctrines and philosophy, but unlike his mentors, he questioned everything. He dreamed of a world where reason would triumph over blind faith, where society would replace superstition, and where knowledge would set humanity free. On May 1st, 1776, Weishaupt founded what he called the Order of the Illuminati. His vision? A society that would be hidden from the public but filled with enlightened thinkers, philosophers, scientists, and politicians, whose goal was to infiltrate positions of influence and guide society from behind the scenes. He believed this was the only way to achieve true freedom and enlightenment. The Illuminati was structured like a pyramid. With Weishaupt at the top, members were grouped in degrees, much like the Freemasons, increasing layers of secrecy as they ascended. Knowledge and influence were given to those who demonstrated loyalty, intellect, and a commitment to the order's ideals of rationality and progress. In just a few years, the Illuminati recruited some of the most brilliant minds of Bavaria and Germany. Their influence grew as their members infiltrated the Freemasons and established society with its own secrets and connections. But unlike the Freemasons, who were primarily fraternal, the Illuminati had political aspirations. With each new recruit, the Illuminati spread through European society, reaching not just academics, but also politicians and noblemen. By the 1780s, whispers of their involvement in political reform, in challenging church authority, and in promoting secular education began to circulate. Weishaupt had successfully turned his group into a network of powerful, like-minded thinkers, many of whom were ready to challenge the status quo. But with influence came suspicion. By the mid-1780s, church authorities and the Bavarian government grew weary of this secret order. Weishaupt's radical ideas about enlightenment and secularism threatened both religious and political institutions. And then, in 1785, the Bavarian government banned all secret societies, with the Illuminati being their prime target. Records of the Illuminati were seized, members were imprisoned, and Weishaupt himself went into exile. Officially, the order was dissolved, but many historians argue that this was just the beginning. Although the Illuminati seemed to vanish, its members continued to meet in secret and propagate their ideas across Europe. While records of the Illuminati's activities grew sparse after the 1780s, many believe their influence never truly vanished. Revolutionary ideas, secular governance, freedom from monarchic rule, equality, and reason over religion spread like wildfire through Europe and to America. Some scholars argue that the Illuminati's principles played a quiet but significant role in the revolutions that shook the world, especially the French Revolution. The ideals of liberty, fraternity, and equality echoed Weishaupt's teachings, and key revolutionary figures were linked to the secret societies that shared Illuminati ideals. Even in America, whispers of the Illuminati's influence were widespread. Influential figures like Thomas Jefferson were suspected of being sympathetic to the Illuminati's principles, if not directly connected to the order. These were times of great upheaval, and the Illuminati's vision of a world shaped by reason seemed to be taking form, albeit from the shadows. As the 19th and 20th centuries unfolded, new forms of influence emerged. Industrialization and the rise of mass media offered powerful tools to those who wished to shape public opinion and policy. Some argue that the Illuminati, whether they still existed by that name or not, evolved to adapt. Through banking, the press, education, and international organizations, the Illuminati's original goals of shaping society through reason and influence took on new forms. Many speculate that the Illuminati either blended into new organizations or simply became ideas carried on by individuals who shared Weishaupt's vision. Allegedly, global elites in finance, media, and politics continue to hold power to shape nations, and perhaps the world itself, just as the Illuminati once dreamed of. Today, the Illuminati is a household name, more myth than reality, perhaps. Yet, its allure persists. But what if some part of it still exists? What if certain elites still share that core mission to guide society from the shadows? Critics point to powerful figures and groups like the Bilderberg Group, the World Economic Forum, and other elite gatherings as modern-day forms of the Illuminati. These gatherings bring together leaders from business, politics, and technology under the banner of guiding humanity. Sounds familiar, right? Whether the Illuminati is a relic of the past, an entity that endures through new forms, the questions it raises remain significant. Who truly shapes the world we live in? And are we simply pawns in a much larger game of influence? So, what do you believe? Is the Illuminati just a historical oddity? Or does its influence still echo through the halls of power? Ultimately, the truth may lie beyond our reach, but knowing the history and questioning the narrative puts the power back in our hands. If you want to continue unraveling hidden stories and unveiling the truth behind the stories they don't tell us, subscribe to our channel. Join us in exploring the mysteries that shape our world, and together, let's seek the knowledge they don't want us to have.